Angry that the world is so unfair? Infuriated by fat cat capitalists and billion bonus bankers? Baffled by the yawning chasms between the haves, the have-nots, and the have-yots? You are not alone. Throughout the history of Western civilization, there has been a reluctant hostility to finance and financiers, rooted in the idea that those who make their living from lending money are somehow parasitical on the real economic activities of agriculture and manufacturing. This hostility has three causes. It is partly because debtors have tended to outnumber creditors, and the former have seldom felt very well disposed toward the latter. It is partly because financial crises and scandals occur frequently enough to make finance appear to be a cause of poverty rather than prosperity, volatility rather than stability. And it is partly because, for centuries, financial services in countries all over the world were disproportionately provided by members of ethnic or religious minorities, who have been excluded from land ownership or public office, but enjoyed success in finance because of their own tight-knit networks of kinship and trust. Despite our deeply rooted prejudices against filthy lucre, however, money is the root of most progress. To adapt a phrase from Jacob Bronowski, whose marvellous television history of scientific progress I watched avidly as a schoolboy, the ascent of money has been essential to the ascent of man. Far from being the work of mere leeches intent on sucking the life's blood out of indebted families or gambling with the savings of widows and orphans, financial innovation has been an indispensable factor in man's advance, from wretched subsistence to the giddy heights of material prosperity that so many people know today. The evolution of credit and debt was as important as any technological innovation in the rise of civilization from ancient Babylon to present-day Hong Kong. Banks and the bond market provided the material basis for the splendors of the Italian Renaissance. Corporate finance was the indispensable foundation of both the Dutch and British empires, just as the triumph of the United States in the 20th century was inseparable from advances in insurance, mortgage finance, and consumer credit. Perhaps, too, it will be a financial crisis that signals the twilight of American global primacy.